I was only 15 years old when I went to Spain, and I trialed for a club in the first tier La Liga called Real Oviedo. I scored a goal in the first 15 minutes of being on the pitch. I got accepted to come back and trial for 1 year after I graduated high school, and I've also played against pro academies in Thailand and Singapore. I trained with Australasian Soccer Academy, which, if you don't know them, they produced professional stars like Mitchell Duke, who played against Messi in the World Cup 2022 for Australia. That's insane. Therefore, I'm credible to teach you 3 major things that most high school footballers don't do, and it's the reason why you perform horribly at trials. Okay, let's get into it. Chapter 1, prepare for war. Let me take you back to 1 year before I tried for Real Oviedo. I was still in Australia. I was playing with this club, this academy called Australasian Soccer Academy, right? And we used to train every Tuesday, every Friday, I think it was. It was like I trained 2 times. There was an option to train all 5 days of the week, but I only chose 2 because I was still in school, right? So I'd wake up at 4 a.m., and I'd go to, it was like 30 minutes away from where I live. We'd go there. We used to train from 6 a.m. to 7:30, and then after that, my dad would drive me to school, and at school, 8:30, when the bell rang, I would still be changing in the bathrooms into my school uniform. That just shows the dedication that I had. And that's why I scored a goal in the first 15 minutes of my trial in Spain. There's this quote from some random smart dude, which I found online, but it really signifies what I'm trying to tell you. It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. I heard this from Joe Rogan like a long time ago. But basically what I'm saying with this is you're competing against everyone at the trial. Every single trial you've been to. Think about it. Every single trial you've been to in your life and you've failed. Every single trial, the coaches have compared you directly to the other people at the trial, and they've chosen them over you. That should piss you off. You don't get 100 attempts to become a pro. Opportunities like these and trials like the one I went to Spain are once in a lifetime. You must always be prepared. Hear me when I say this. You must always be prepared. You cannot be lacking. You cannot be caught with your pants down. Okay, bro? If you don't train now, ballers like me will take your soul like David Goggins. We'll humiliate you during the trial. We'll be running laps around you and nutmegging you all the time, bro. And that's probably what happens to you already. So you know how it feels. There's one extremely common myth that surrounds the footballing world, and it's the myth that group training is enough. You probably just train 3 times a week in a group and do nothing individually. And to that I'd say, you'd never beat me in a 1v1. That's what I'd say. Because I train like every single day, bro. So how do you expect to beat me? If I'm at a trial and you're at the same trial, you're losing. And that's my point. You must be prepared for war at all times. Okay, let me share some of my own personal experience. Leading up to the trial for Spain, there was a different trial that I had to pass to be accepted to go to Spain to trial in the first place. So this trial was pivotal in me going to Spain. Basically, it was the day of the trial. I was ready and everything. I was preparing beforehand, practicing with my dad, everything like that. We go to the trial, we warm up, everything's good. Don't feel any issues, don't feel any injuries. And then we start playing the match, right? They put me in like the blue team. There was 2 bibs, there was blue and red. They put me in blue and they put me as striker. The whole match, we were just running around. We barely touched the ball. Nothing was happening on our side of the team. The other team was scoring us like multiple times. We were basically getting smashed. But then there was one point in the match where everything turned around. One of my teammates got the ball. He was dribbling down like the top of the box, and he takes a shot. The goalie blocks it, and I'm right there to receive the ball that he just blocked. And I tap it in, easy one tap, and it's a goal for me. That's the only goal in the entire match that my team scored. And that was the sole reason why they chose me to go to Spain. If I did not score that goal that day, I would not have gone to Spain and you would not be watching this video. So, yeah, you got to prepare, bro. Chapter 2, become the socializer. This works on anyone. It works on girls, it works on guys, it works on coaches, it works on players. on your team, work some players on the opponent's team, anyone, bro. So here's what I want you to do. When you get to the trial, you must talk to everyone, and I mean everyone. The coaches, the water boys, the players on your team, the opponents, everyone. You must develop allies. Like I said before, this is a war, and you cannot win the war as a lone wolf. You need a gang of ballers to dominate the trial together. For example, my Spain trial was 15 days, and on those 15 days, I made a lot of friends with the dorm mates that I had and the people I was playing with during matches. What we would do, basically we'd eat dominoes in our dorm rooms, we'd laugh, we'd have fun, we'd play jokes, there was like these communal showers, but it was like separate, so you wouldn't see each other, but like it was communal showers. We'd yell at each other while we were showering. It was funny. It was so funny, bro. We'd play music and everything. But the point is, you need to develop like a tribe, like a group of people who you can count on during the trial. Even if your trial is like one day, even if it's a one-day trial, you just talk to people, you fist bump some people, and you say, hey, what's your name? Oh, my name's David. Okay, David, pass me the ball and win the match. Okay, mate. Okay, yeah. I'll pass you the ball as well. You see, you just do that. You do that, and you'll get allies who can make your time in the trial 10 times easier, and make it 10 times easier for you to stand out. Another example for you: when I did a football tour in Singapore and Thailand with the same academy that I mentioned before, I had this one friend who would always wake me up at 6 a.m. and we'd just go on runs. And since the hotel had no place to run, we'd just run around like the hotel, take the elevator up the next floor, run around that floor, take the elevator up, run around, go on the stairs. We'd go up all the stairs. There was like 50 flights of stairs, bro. So we'd just be running up that. It wasn't like structured, but it was just fun, and we did it together. We were bonding and everything. That was an ally. That's what I'm saying. You gotta make more of these if you wanna do good at a trial. And you know why? Because they'll pass you the ball so you can have more opportunities to impress the coaches. You'll feel more confident because you have allies that back you up. You'll have the ball and try to dribble the entire team and take shots from impossible angles. And you will impress the coaches. Once you get that confidence boost of people behind you, you won't be stopped. But on the other hand, if you're all awkward and scared and quiet, you won't get the ball and the coaches won't even realize you were there in the first place. You will have no impact in the game at all. And you won't get scouted. Chapter 3, the Predator's Mindset. Now this is probably the most important chapter, because this is how you're going to be functioning on the pitch. Now imagine a lion. He wakes up and he's starving, so he hunts for prey. You know, like gazelles and stuff. He's always on the lookout for the next target. He gets loud and aggressive. He roars, he pounces, and he rips them apart with his teeth. He kills. You must behave like a predator when you're on the pitch or off the pitch. Any competition with any of the other players, you must win. And you must have hunger to win, because that's the only way you'll impress the coaches. In Spain, there was this one dude that whenever we'd play FIFA together, you know FIFA, that one game that's basically like football. It's basically like pro football, but on a Xbox console or a PS5. Basically, we'd play it as a community, all of us players, and he would be so competitive. All of us were just chilling, right? But then he would be livid whenever he doesn't score, or he misses a shot, or he gets fouled or anything like that. It would be like a real match to him. He'd treat it like reality. And because of that, he took it more seriously and he won more. He won the most out of all of us. And that's what I'm saying. You can't let anyone beat you at anything. You must take every opportunity you have to show the coaches that you have the most skills. You must complete all the training drills of the Fosters. You must score the most goals. You must be the most athletic. That's what I'm saying, if you want to win. And if you want to get scouted, if you want to go to trials like me, like Spain trials with professional teams, that's what you have to do. And that's what I did. So follow all 3 of these steps and I guarantee you'll do better than if you didn't. And if you want an entire masterclass, like a full course on everything I know to help high school footballers like you become future pros, then subscribe.